Hi everyone, just want to start this video by wishing you all a very Merry Christmas and hoping that you have a safe and prosperous festive season. I know it's been pretty tough this year with the COVID-19 impacting pretty much everyone right across the world, so I'm hoping that everyone can enjoy this time of the year with loved ones. For Trish and I, we'll be having a quiet family get together and we'll start our Christmas morning with our regular 5k park run. It's become a bit of a tradition over the past few years. Normally we go to South Bank. I think last year they had somewhere in the vicinity of 1,000 runners. South Bank is not happening this year because of obviously the coronavirus pandemic and obviously needing to make sure that we're all doing the right thing. So that's not happening this year, so we'll be attending a park run a little bit closer to home. Let me know guys in the comments down below how you'll be spending your Christmas day. Hopefully you're with loved ones, you're getting out for a run, or is it a non-run day and it's just pure family time. Let me know, I'd be really interested to know how everyone's celebrating Christmas around the world. And guys, I really want to thank everyone for their support that they've shown towards me and the channel through 2020. It's been a bit of an up and down year for my running journey. Everyone who has subscribed to the channel has been very complimentary in everything that I've been doing and everything that I've been putting here on the channel. So again guys, thank you very much, and hope that everyone is safe, healthy, and that you enjoy this festive time of the year. Thanks guys. While I'm on the subject of parkrun's been back up and running in Queensland now for about 4 weeks, and it's starting to get back to normal. I think last week at our home parkrun at Wynnum we had around about 350 runners, and that's about what we were getting before the parkrun was shut down earlier in the year because of the coronavirus pandemic. And even though that there was such a long period of time where there was no park runs, where there was still 5 new park runs that started up in Queensland in the last month. So welcome aboard to all those park runs in Queensland, and I know that New South Wales got back into their park run mode last weekend. For the rest of Australia, I think that Victoria are getting close to restarting again. Parkrun's been going for quite a while in the Northern Territory and Tasmania and the ACT, or Western Australia is also back up and running. There's been a fair bit happening on the parkrun scene. One of Queensland's best young runners, Fogg, has been tearing up the parkrun scene over the past couple of weeks. He smashed the Maryborough course record with a sub 15-minute clocking. And just last week at Kedron here, a suburb in Brisbane, he ran 14:44. Now Adam also was the Queensland 5k track champion from a few weeks ago. I think he ran about 14:03. Adam has his own YouTube channel too guys, if you want to go and check him out. It's called the Fogg Dog Exclusive. Especially Adam's 5k championship winning run, that's there on his channel. And probably unbeknown to Fogg Dog Exclusive, he did make a fleeting appearance on this channel a few months ago when I was doing my 5k time trial. Him and Luke Bike McCutcheon ran past as I was just beginning my 5k time trial. So if you want to go and check that 5k time trial out guys, I'll put a link to that up there. There's also other time trials that I've done during the year as well guys, over the 10k and the half marathon. If you stick around to the end of the video, I'll put a link to those other time trials and plus a couple of events that I've taken part in earlier in 2020 and other events that I've attended to film as well. Alright, my tip for the week, it's one I'm pretty sure that I might have mentioned on the channel before, and that is for those people who are using the Mafferton method for their running or following a heart rate based training program, or programs along those similar lines. Guys, every now and then ditch the watch. Just leave the watch at home, or put a sticker or a band-aid over the watch face and just go for a run. And just don't worry about your pace, don't worry about your heart rate, just enjoy the run. Make it as comfortable or as hard as you like. Now I did this earlier on in this year where I had a watch-free Friday for about a month or 6 weeks, and I just got out the door and just ran and didn't care about what pace. For me, I just made sure that the runs were nice and comfortable, and it was great. It felt really freeing just not to be a slave to the watch or to the heart rate. So guys, give it a go, and look, if you really do need to wear your watch because you love seeing all those stats on Strava or whatever app that you may use, put a sticker or a band-aid over the watch so you can't actually see the readings, and just enjoy a run. Just get out the door, go for a run. And if you really want to know how far you've gone, guys, get on to Map My Run beforehand, plot your course so you know how far you're going to be running. It's a pretty basic tip of the week, but it's also pretty good to every now and then just run for fun. What a difference a week makes. Last week I was in here, it was rainy, windy, and very heavy underfoot. A lot of puddles. But today, hot, steamy. Before I get out there and have a bit of a run, I've been hit with a few emails over the past few weeks about events that are happening down on the Gold Coast next year. And seems like Gold Coast might be a bit of a hotspot for running in 2021, providing everything's okay with COVID. We've got the Gold Coast Running Festival going back to its normal April date. If you remember on the channel, I was down there in September on the Gold Coast and doing a bit of filming for that event when they postponed from earlier in the year because of COVID. We've got the Gold Coast Marathon, first weekend in July. I hope that wind's not too bad, guys. It's just kind of getting a bit breezy. And we finish off the year with the Gold Coast 50 Run Festival in November, and if you remember, that was the 50-kilometre event that I did a few weeks ago. Now, there are some big changes to especially the Gold Coast Marathon and also the Gold Coast 50. The huge change with the Gold Coast Marathon on July 3 and 4 is that the half marathon will now be held on the Saturday. So they've split the half marathon and the marathon up. And the reason they've done that is to enable practical and safe COVID practices at the event. The half marathon and marathon has traditionally been on a Sunday. A lot of people, very congested. And obviously splitting the two events in 2021, the half marathon on the Saturday and the marathon on Sunday, they're just hoping that we'll just ease that congestion a little bit. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, the Gold Coast Marathon attracts about 30,000 runners across all events across the weekend. But 2021 will have the half marathon, which has moved to the Saturday, starting at 6 o'clock, and it will be on along with the 2 kilometre, 4 kilometre junior dashes and a 5 kilometre, and the marathon will be on the Sunday along with the 10k, which has moved from the Saturday to the Sunday. Now, the big news, guys, is that with the marathon is that with the half marathon now being on the Saturday, the marathon will now start at 6 o'clock in the morning. Now, this has been a huge debate over several years, that the marathon was always starting later at the 7:20 time slot, and people just felt that it did get quite warm later in the morning running a marathon. And look, I've run 6 Gold Coast marathons, and I can attest to that it does get warm, especially on the back end of that course. Now, there's also been some talk that with the earlier time slot, it may attract some higher profile elite runners. Well, I'm not sure if it's going to happen next year, because only 3 weeks later we've got the Tokyo Olympics. And remember, guys, that they were postponed from this year to next year. So I don't know if we're going to see the real high grade elite runners this year, but certainly going forward, it's a possibility, because the Gold Coast course is fast, it's flat, and at 6 o'clock in the morning, going to get some ideal conditions for those fast runners that are running well under the sub 2:10. Be interesting times ahead, especially if they stick with that half marathon on the Saturday and the marathon on the Sunday. Now, while I'm on the Gold Coast Marathon too, I just want to give a shout out to Sarah Hall, an American marathon runner who has been a regular visitor to the Gold Coast. Her, along with Ryan Hall. Ryan is the American record holder for the marathon. Sarah just ran a 2-hour 20 marathon at the Marathon Project in Chandler, Arizona, and that was the second fastest ever time by an American female over the marathon distance. And this came just 11 weeks after she finished second in the London Marathon in 2 hours 22. So congratulations to Sarah. I'm pretty sure that Sarah has been a winner of the Gold Coast Half Marathon in previous years. So she's obviously running exceptionally well at the moment. Looks like it's going to be another wet run. It's managed to dodge most of the rain, which is a bit unfortunate because it was pretty steamy. 45 minutes just on the grass, just under 9k.
listening to Aussie Running Podcast, having a chat with Steve Monaghetti, Australian marathon legend. Guys, if you do get an opportunity, go and check that out. Really good chat with Steve. Yeah, I was having a bit of a laugh along the way during that run. I'll put the link to that podcast down below. They have a lot of great people on there that cover a whole range of running related stuff, so check them out. Another event on the Gold Coast which is undergoing some change in 2021 is the Gold Coast 50 Run Festival. Now that's the 50k that I did a couple of weeks ago down on the Gold Coast, starting and finishing at Coolangatta. They're mixing it up a little bit next year, as well as a new date. They've brought it forward a week. They've changed some distances. The 30k is now back down to 25k, and the 15k is now 12.5k. And the reason they've done that primarily is to eliminate some of the road crossings, just make it a little bit safer for everyone involved in those two events. Now, another change they've made too is that they've moved that 12.5k now will join the 5 kilometre and the kids dash on the Saturday afternoon. So what that will do, guys, is free up a lot of path space. It won't be quite congested, and I think that's a great move. The Sunday will just have the 50 and the 25 kilometre events, and then on that Saturday afternoon the 12.5, the 5 and the kids dash. Hats off to the organisers of that event. Now, it's going to be held on November 27, 28. That's the weekend of. Entries are now open. I'll put a link to that website for the Gold Coast 50 Run Festival down below, guys.
Alright guys, that's about it for another video. I'm off to have some Christmas goodies. Enjoy this time of the year. Enjoy the time that you get to spend with your loved ones. And I'll see you really soon. So stay safe, happy running, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hooroo.